Greetings, fellow traders. Paul here. It's time for the daily market wrap for Wednesday, May the 12th, 2021. I hope everybody had a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research. Everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, let's check see where we're at with the market here today. So, wow, down 89 points today. Monthly chart really turning red right here. Weekly chart pulling back pretty harshly, right, as the McClellan oscillator is really pushing its way down. So we'll see what happens, over the next couple weeks, how far this thing wants to pull back. But definitely a good chance here that it pulls back to the mid-Bollinger Band if it wants to. So we'll see how that goes. Really tough to find anything really bullish right here, except we might be holding the 50-day moving average. At this point now, we're getting really close to confirming below the macro upper trend line, which is corresponding with the 50-day moving average. You can see this right here on our daily chart, right? We're getting close to this one. So we've confirmed below this trend box right here, but we still have this one to contend with. Once we get below this one, then we're in a macro downward trend line. Now we're in a short-term downtrend line. So we'll see how that holds. We basically undershot here this this megaphone-ish type pattern right here. So chances are this is a 1, 2, 3. We might see a little wave forward pullback and then 5. We got this nice gap down here right here on the SPX. We'll see how that goes here today. Like we said, we confirmed below the trend box there today on the SPX, and you can also see here the volume increase there on the confirmation candle there for SPY today. So very interesting stuff as we navigate these tops right here. We were saying it's been toppy for a while, so again, looking pretty interesting right here. We definitely want to see how it handles the macro upper trend line, right? So that's the big one right there. Today's price action here is on the ES, guys, was grind down. Very challenging for intraday trading, but we kind of expected this. We had a lot of old signal zone here from back in April, so these finally got taken out here today, so that you can see those areas of price interest. So now we'll see what happens if we start to break down below. We're gonna have a much cleaner chart likely going into tomorrow. We have some thin zones below, and that's about it. But it'll be nice to see those get taken out finally, so that'd be cool. Other than that, going into tonight, right, the big work for the bulls is going to be getting over the trend lines here. Right, so we'll keep an eye on those going into tonight. Let's take a look at the Qs. Tech names pretty much stayed down here today. I mean, like we said, not a huge flush type day, right? They basically kind of held in there. Dips, but not really viable dips, right? So it's kind of interesting on that. The IWM, again, small caps were really rough here today. Got really tight and then pushed its way down. The banks, I think, particularly weak here today. Let's see how they go going in tomorrow. I'll take a look at a couple of those in a little bit right here. But today, guys, in the last couple of days, has been all about the VIX. What a move on the VIX today. Again, we were looking at the UVXY in our group today. Gave some nice viable dips today, but look at that breakout candle today. Woohoo! Welcome back, VIX, right? So, again, a lot of times you get a big green candle on the VIX, and then it just kind of pulls back really quickly, but it's still overall not a bullish sign, right, on the market. So a little bit of caution there, and it did get through the daily cloud, so it could chop here for a couple days and then go again. We'll see. There hasn't been really any major news, but I mean, I guess the concerns about inflation are a pretty big deal and the chance of raising rates, right? So the market didn't like that so much today. So good stuff there. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple ended up having kind of a pretty choppy day today, right? So we just kind of ended up pushing down a little bit, filling some closing. Not really a lot of downside action, but we've been pretty bearish on this name. Overall, we talked about it this weekend, right? But this is, again, kind of like, this is choppy, grindy downside action. Made it really tough to trade Apple today. There was a couple little opportunities, but that was about it. Tesla. So Tesla, guys, again, a couple nice opportunities here today. Retraces were shortable, right? And give us some good moves right here. Nice little move right here on Tesla. So good stuff there. Let's take a look. A couple names going in tomorrow. Another electric vehicle named Workhorse. These guys had earnings not too long ago. Here. Let me see if I can get this pulled up here. Yep. So earnings a couple days ago, and nice inside day after that. So see if Workhorse is ready to make a move going in tomorrow. Leaning a little bit bearish on it off of that inside day in the upper shadow. Baba's got earnings coming out tomorrow morning, so it gapped up nicely here today and then ended up pulling back. So interesting stuff there. We were looking at that name. We talked about that yesterday as one of the potential ones that could work its way up this morning here. Upper shadow here on Baidu too. Another one maybe that could be a sympathy trade with Baba going into tomorrow morning. So home builders, guys, finally pulling back right here. We talked last night about the potential for this wave 4 here on lumber. So home builders, taking a little bit of a tumble right there. So Home Depot finally with a pullback. All right, so a 2-day red day with increased volume on that one. Lowe's also pulled back here too. Right, so keep an eye on that one. Possible chance to move down to the 50-day moving average. We talked about the banks, right? So Goldman Sachs had a rough day today. This is, I would say, one to keep on the radar. I couldn't quite increase in volume, but a nice close below the 80 on this one. Wells Fargo, one of my favorite ones going in tomorrow on the short side. Good increasing volume on that one, a red candle below the 80 MA there, and it looks like, yep, a bearish engulfing candle as well. And then, of course, retail was looking pretty weak here today as well. Big breakdown with increasing volume on retail. And Macy's, one to look at right here. Nice spreads on this name, options and shares. And a good breakdown candle out of the daily cloud on that one. Let's see if that gets any downside follow through. So, anyway, guys, good stuff. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll see you guys at the free the free YouTube live stream later tonight. Until then, stay healthy out there. Remember your risk first and stay safe. So you can stay in the game.